El bicho, hat-trick, no, hat-trick, 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 hat-trick de Ronaldo, 3-0, Real Madrid con un pie en la final.
Alright, welcome back everybody to another video. So today, as you guys saw by the intro, I was playing ping pong with the NASDAQ. So let's just go over the trades real quick. So first trade is we are inside of this 5 minute. Now the reason I took this trade was because of the sweep of the low. So once we had the sweep and we had this massive move up, I was just looking for a single continuation, right? So we ended up having this 15-second right here. Now, I didn't initially take the first 15-second. I saw the second 15-second, which was up here. And I had my stop roughly somewhere around here, and I wanted my take profit all the way up there. Now, as I was holding through this, I noticed something. I saw ES right here. If you notice on this side of the screen, if you would see the cursor that is aligned with it, ES right here at this moment in time broke the high that NQ did not. I was in maybe here, something along these lines, right? Because I saw the accumulation right here, I saw the manipulation to the downside, then the distribution to the upside, inversing above this fair value gap right there, and above the fair value gap right down here. So once we broke that high, we were roughly around here. So I had to break even. I got really lucky with this edge right here. And as we came towards the highs, I began trailing my stop. And I trailed my stop and I said that since we have an SMT, I'm going to be looking for shorts on the way down. So once I got trailed roughly here maybe. And I immediately ran to the 30-second. So once I ran to the 30-second, I saw that we had, with this SMT, a fair value gap from here to here, a double fair value gap. And I said, this is perfect. This is actually something I want to take because we have an objective to take, which was the weekly low right there. This was a very obvious draw on liquidity. So once we had an SMT with the high over here, I entered right here. The second that it closed, had my stop somewhere around here, and my target initially was here. This would have been an absolutely massive trade if I stuck with my rules. But somewhere around here, I began to panic a bit. So right here, I have a 1 minute inversion drawn out, which we did end up closing down here. We came back up to test a 30-second order block, came back down, and my break-even point wasn't here initially. It was here initially, I'm sorry. But I ended up making it the 5 minute. That was my break-even, which is actually really smart to do. The thing that threw me off was this 30-second here, that inverse. So we rejected it the first time, came back down, swept the 5 minute, came back up, had strong displacement above this 30-second. So that caused me to panic. But what I'm supposed to realize is, since we have an SMT at the top, this 30-second is invalid. At the moment, seeing your PNL go up and down and left and right, and your emotions get in the way. So because my emotions did get in the way, I did end up closing this early. Not even 5 minutes later, this smacked my TP. And then I had my final trade. Now, my final trade, I will say, is the most impressive trade I've ever taken in my life. And I took it for one of a couple of reasons. Number one, the draw on liquidity here that we just took is an extremely important draw on liquidity. And if we sweep a weekly low and we are in all-time high conditions, as you can see by my chart at the time, I had no take profit. I knew this was going to soar. So on my live account, I would say roughly here, I got in. I got in here. I caught 179% or somewhere along those lines. I had this here, and my take profit was here. I caught 300 plus points. Now, how would you have been able to see this? Something you need to understand off the bat is if we sweep a pool of liquidity near the bottom and we are in all-time high conditions, you want to look for longs. Again, only reason I took a short here was because of our SMT. But if we sweep a very big liquidity pool, and it is the last liquidity pool before we go back to all-time highs, that is something that I want to hold. Now, you could have taken this trade right here. Bang. You have your SMT. Well, first you have your sweep. You have an SMT in your sweep. And then you had right here your 30-second inversion. You would get in there. Your stop would be at the bottom of the SMT. You could have targeted a 5-minute, a 15-minute, but me, I targeted this. All right. Was it here? Was that what I targeted? It was. Yes, it was what I targeted. This was an absolutely massive play. I took this entry right here. I came back. I took this roughly here, I believe. Somewhere around here. Yes, with the stop at the low. I came, I saw it, I was in drawdown. I left it there. I went to the gym. I saw it here. Finished the gym. I saw it here. Came back home. I saw it here. Took a shower. And by the time I took a shower, on my live account, it takes me a bit longer to log in. So on my live account, obviously, it's a lot more important for my live account than it is on PropFirms. Because PropFirms, you can trail your stops. And it takes you out automatically. That doesn't happen on a live account. Especially when I'm trading options. Since I'm trading options, there's something called theta. Theta is time decay. Basically, if I bought here, right? And it went to here. Let's say I put $1,000 here. It went to here. And then it came back to here. If you're trading futures, this is a break-even trade. If you're trading option, this is not a break-even trade. You are down maybe 20% if you're trading same-day expiration. So I'd lose $200 on this, and I'd have $800 in my account versus $1,000. So I was so confident in this trade. A, again, because of the big liquidity pool that we swept. B, the SMT. C, we are at all-time highs. Now, I was supposed to take it towards this high right here. This was another extra 100 points. This was also smooth sailing. I didn't take this because I'm a bitch. Honestly, yeah, that's like I was in front of my screen. I wanted to leave. I couldn't log into my account over my phone. I saw this and I'm like, you know what? Good enough. Get me out. I could have taken it to here as well, to top of this, because we are a lot stronger than NQ. There's an SMT from the top here until the profit target, which was here initially. So there is an SMT right there. So we are very bullish. So what did we learn today? Let's go over it. A, we have an SMT at the highs for this trade. Yes, with a very important liquidity pool. Once we've swept this liquidity pool with an SMT at all-time high conditions, you can hold this trade until the very top. This is the 1 hour right here. And it hit it to the tick. Right there. All right. If you have any questions on how I played ping pong today, I've been practicing playing ping pong for a while now. I got a hat trick today, so I'm very proud of myself. I am opening up a mentorship. This mentorship is not like just me explaining my strategy. This is so in-depth and so in detailed. I literally cover every single thing in the stock market, in the futures market, your emotions, your psychology, every strategy, how to read the tape, how to trade icy. Like everything is so fully in-depth. It's going to be taking me roughly 3 months to finish the entire thing because I want this to be absolutely perfect. It is something that might take you 3 to 6 months to finish from how in detailed and it's so perfect. It's so well written as well. I'm really excited for that. I will also be doing some coaching calls that will be coming out in the future. Those are going to be very cheap. So I'm not trying to break your bank, but I'm trying to help you get better at trading because obviously if I'm catching this, then I'm pretty sure you want to know as well. Because I have at least 30 DMs in the past 2 hours just asking me how I did this. All right. If you enjoyed, thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, join my Discord. You can hit me up on Instagram, Trade Like Osman on Instagram, YouTube, and what else do I have? TikTok. All right, later.